Like a little prayer, I'm down on my knees. I wanna take you there. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe OMI DEVVE DACAT update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love you all. I actually have to go to settings real quick and do something with the layouts. And I actually have everything in here that's going to be okay. Well, you know what? Disregard. I was going to try to do something, but it has failed. Everyone say hello to Erica the cat. Hello, Erica. Hello. We love you all. This video, this live stream is going to be mostly about the reactions to people after they've heard the VeVe news the last few days, the consequences of the OMI to gem, the burns, the 7% burns, and the details on how much burns we're getting, Epstein files to go over. It's okay to be white. Gamers when they talk about what people do to their stims, and then self-custody news and all that jazz. And then obviously you're gonna go on and just ask me anything. So I haven't gone live for a show since I think so. Yesterday I did a live on really just the news that came out. The day before was Omi Homie, so I really haven't had a show since Monday night. And then I did a Devi video in between. So we'll start with Bitcoin. Just everything just getting wrecked again today. So Bitcoin's down about 5% on the day to 87,000. We were actually at 85.9 earlier today at like 12-ish, give or take. It was midday. So down to 85.9. I don't know where the rest of the support is. There are many theories on why this is happening. That a lot of places got wrecked and they had to sell to cover that. That was from October when it went from like 119 to like 102. The selling. Then you had the panic selling. People like Raoul Paul is going in and just saying like, guys, just have patience. Calling everyone pretty stupid for doing so. Everyone's worried about insolvency for MicroStrategy, which is a little. I think that's very silly. MicroStrategy actually had to post out before. At current Bitcoin levels, we have 71 years of dividend coverage, assuming the price stays flat, and any Bitcoin appreciation beyond 1.41% a year fully offsets our annual dividend obligations. So again, you heard it straight from the horse's mouth. If something else happens from there, I don't know, but again, they're pretty good over there. So that's Bitcoin, and then Ethereum. Let's take a look at that real quick. Also down 5.4%. It was down to 27.9 before. It's back up to 28.61. But yeah, being down under 2,800 was not a fun feeling. Let's take a look at the rest of CoinGecko and see what we got here. XRP down 4.5, BTB down 3.5, Solana down 2.5, Tron down 2, Lido Stake down 5, Dogecoin down 3. Ooh, Dogecoin down under 15 cents. I wonder, there's a lot of longs that I think got liquidated. Now only focus on stuff that's down 10% or more, or up 10% or more, which is not a lot of them. Again, this was a pretty down day. Everything's down about 4, 5, 7%. Near Protocol's down 12, Aster's down 10, and everything else is really within those parameters of. And when things are up, they're up like 1%. I haven't found anything. And then Stark is down 10%. They're up 53% on the week, just 10% on the day. But on the week, everything else is down double digits in the top 100. There are a couple of exceptions. You have the Trump token down only 7.5% on the week. Pax Gold down 2.5%. HTX down 3.5%, and everything that I'm not mentioning in the top 100 is down 10% or more. We have JLP. We have Jito State. I have no idea what half these tokens do. Anyway, let's get to some other stuff, shall we? Gary V, cool. I'm going away tomorrow. Give me one sec, guys. Thanksgiving, be back first week of December. Give me one sec. Setting up a podcast. First week of December. Let's shoot for December 2nd. The podcast would be with Dr. Oscar A. Rodriguez, who's Doctor of Strategic Business Leadership, has an MS in computer science. He's a crypto investor. He's really, really big on DEVVE. He's actually doing a thing where he's got a $5,000 giveaway alert, where if DEVVE hits $20 before December 31st, 2025, 5 lucky winners will receive $1,000 each. If you wanted to enter that, and now granted, $20 by December 31st, I think is kind of insane. could it do that? Sure, but I guess it's possible, but I put that at a very low percentage. But anyway, he wants you to follow him, retweet the post, and tag Devi. For me, I'll do the same thing, but I'll say if Devi hits $10 before December 31st, 2025, then I'll give 5 people. Actually, heck the people. I'm gonna give $1,000 to 5 charities. Hey, hello, baby. Look at that little baby, so cute. I'll give it to 5 charities. One will be Animal Welfare Institute. One will be Best Friends Animal Society, and I'm gonna have you guys determine the other 3. Again, this might be a moot point, considering I don't think Devi will hit $10 before December 3rd. I think it can hit a couple to several dollars, but 20 again. I hope it happens. Like that scene in Wolf of Wall Street, where it's like, you sell $10,000 of this stock today, I will personally give you a PJ, and I hope it happens. And remember that scene? Comment down below if you do. Such a great scene. Anywho, we got Jay Tor going on saying everything is coming along nicely. Marty McFly hoverboard has rocketed, which means the DeLoreans are next. That goes into the title today. VeVe Grails on the rise on self-custody news. So we go take a look at the partner statue, which that's what the thumbnail is. Shout out to the 69 people down there. Comment nice down below for the 69. And there is, so we're at $1,400 on the VeVe floor price and $1,200 on the stacker floor price. The stacker floor price obviously is measured in OMI. Oh, sounds good. Dr. Oscar A. Rodriguez has confirmed for December 2nd. Okay, Dr. Oscar Rodriguez. Let's do, I guess we'll do 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for him. That'd probably be good. The stacker floor prices were always discounted a little bit. Now they are heavily. I don't know what people are. Okay, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Meow. Okay. I don't know why people really want to get gems anymore. This is one thing that I'll go over later. I'll touch on it now. Is Comics and Crypto they've had these bounties, and they have incredible bounties. I think they have like a $4,000 bounty for the 1987 Michelangelo for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that comes out, I think, on the 29th. The 23rd is Vader. The 29th is Michelangelo. And yeah, it's $4,000 bounty, but they're paying in gems. That is that kind of stuff. They're doing that because it's cheaper for them, so that's cool. I don't know if they're gonna do it where like, hey, it's easier for us to just put in a credit card on the app and do that, or if they're gonna do OMI to gem and then give it that way. But yeah, that's kind of rough because you have, let's just say partner statue, $1,400. Let's say you get gems. Okay, how do I convert this into fiat? How could I convert it into crypto with no gem cash out? Well, you'd have to buy something. Like let's pretend. Well, let's just use the actual math. It's $1,400 for a partner statue. You'd have to put in like another $200 and buy 3 of them. But most likely you could buy like 2 of these because it's going to go from 1,400 to like 1,600. Then you could buy something else for $1,000. Like you buy 3 things, right? Worth $1,000, or worth $4,000 total. And once you do that, it's like, okay, now I have these 3 things that I paid 4,000 gems for. Those 3 things, like already on Stacker, it's already discounted $180. So that's more than 10%. That's like a 12% hit just to get it. So be advised, if you do get the $4,000 in gems, in order to cash out, because of the stark differences, and let's do Todd. Let's do the other grails that people really want. They're very liquid, and they can sell just like that. I feel like that SpongeBob episode. He can snap just like that. This one's even worse. It's $450 on VeVe, which very impressive, and $362 on Stacker. So you have to buy something on VeVe, sell it on Stacker, and you have to take again. This is almost like a 20% hit. So partners that, although this one you only get a 2.5%, or maybe I don't know what it is when you, thanks for kids pickup time. All right, 5. Yes, that's fine. 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for this guy because he's got kids and he's got to pick them up from the school. This is why I do not have children. because I could not be. Oh, also happy birthday to Darcy Donovan. She's been on the guest of the podcast, friend of the podcast a couple of times. We love her. It is her birthday today. She's getting ready for that big mint where if you want to go mint a couple of Star Dogs, I think it's 10,000. I think it's you have to mint 5 of them, or I don't know how many you have to mint. But if you mint a certain amount of these Star Dogs, might be 3 of them. I think it's like $10,000 worth. Basically, if you mint enough of them, you get to be in movies and you get invited to every red carpet event that she does. Like, it's really heckin' cool. Is that Randy for real? Yeah. So I would say happy birthday to her. Yeah, that was me 4 years ago. Why did he ratio me? Um, Grumpy Eth. Like he's like, is that Randy for real? And the 3 likes. He didn't ratio me, but still. Um, I had her not assistant, one of her workers on the podcast recently, um, talking about the projects that they're doing. Jin Token, we love her. Anyway, going back to the Todd. The Todd again. I have to pay $450 on the app, and then $362 over on the. You'd have to sell it for that. So be advised, the 4,000 gems that you would get for that, probably going to cash out like 3K worth. And that again, I don't know why people would want this stuff. Like somebody selling a Todd for 450 gems, cool. I'm sure some people might do that. I don't know why you would do that when you could just buy Todd for $362 in OMI. Like you could, if you want a Todd, and maybe you have maybe if you have gems already in the app, okay, cool. You got to buy something anyway. Like you can't cash that out. But if you're someone that just wants to buy a Todd, why would you pay an extra $87 more than you could just buy OMI? Even if like with fees, whatever. Okay, you have to buy $375 worth of OMI. Okay, cool. You still save $75. Yeah, that's wild to me that people do that. Anyway, just letting you guys know that just put that into your calculations if you're gonna go for the, because I might go for the. Am I gonna sell OMI to do it? Probably not. Maybe OMI to gem. I I I will use OMI to gem for a couple of things. It might be the Michelangelo. Um, it might be the cat, depending on what the depending on how we do the drop. I was talking to David this last weekend at Decon, and I'm saying like, hey, if we, depending on when the comic curator program comes out, if it's not going to come out for several months, like, could we just do what Greg White did with Beyond Comics, and can we just do it that way where it's just on the app or on like whatever? And he's like, shoot me emails. Okay, cool. If it's something where you can get it like on the app, which I really wouldn't prefer. I'd prefer it to be from VeVe Comics. I prefer to be the first one from the comic curator program. But if we have to do it from the app, then we do it from the app. It's not a big deal. Then I will convert OMI to gem, and then we'll see a lot of burn, because it's like so. I don't know if anyone else gets this feeling, but this was maybe a thing like 10 years ago. I don't know, because it's so normalized now. But anyone used to get the feeling of like, and this is almost like girl math, where it's like, if you spend money on your credit card, you like almost don't feel it as much because you're like, okay. You don't see it coming out of your, but if you spend cash, it's like, oh God, no, not my cash. Because that like you feel it go. Um, I feel like there are some times where I'll be like, I kind of want to watch this movie, but it's like $4 to rent. And there'll be other times where I'll just be like, yeah, I'll buy like $6,000 of the crypto today. Like, and it's, I don't, there's no in between. So anyway, I would rather, because I have so much OMI, I'd rather just take some OMI, because I have so little fiat right now. I'd rather just take some OMI and then turn it into gems. And this could be very dangerous for the OMI holders. And you have freaking, and I don't know if he even meant to do this, but you have my collectibles. No, I don't want to search my messages. You have MC. He goes over and he says, hey, VeVe fam, just for fun to share, I have 1.1 million OMI in my Stacker World wallet. Sweet flex. which earns approximately 180 daily MCP. How much OMI is in your wallet, and how much daily MCP does it earn for you? So he actually almost has 1.2 million OMI in his wallet. I feel like this was, and I hope it is. I hope it's him trying to play like mind games in biology. Like, wait, he's a VeVe community manager. It'd be such a flex if I had more than him, and that would maybe get people to either buy OMI or put it on Stacker to like kind of flex on him. So I hope he did it for that reason. But again, be advised at the same time, if you have it on there, probably going to spend it. It's like if you're I can't use that example. I was live. I'll just say it. I was living with this girl for not that long. It was like a couple weeks. And she was we were friends. And we had talked about potentially like oh yeah, I was like, oh, you're gonna live with me. Is like, are you gonna bring dudes home? So, no, I don't really shit where he is. It's like, okay, cool. It's like, but if we live together, it's probably gonna happen. Like talking to me, I was like, oh, and sure enough, like it did. If you go in and you have OMI on your Stacker wallet, you're probably gonna spend it. Like it's probably going to happen. So be advised that is the risk you take. Now that being said, I didn't do this to MC to my collectibles, but that's 173 million OMI. So I have quite a bit more than him, and I guarantee you that goes way down. That goes way down because of the fact that when DACAT comes out, I'm gonna spend a lot of it. Especially if OMI goes up, girl. Obviously, we know OMI will go up. Oh my god, these text messages. It will go up, but will it go up a significant amount by the time DACAT comes out? I don't know. We'll see. Trying to get it out in December, but probably be January. It'll probably be early next year. Shout out to Omar, who is quoting my post saying, let's go, and I'll give him a woo. Woo. Okay, all right, 1 second. Ben in Korea, thank you so much for being a member, saying, let's go, my man. Bill Gardner, give me those dabs. Ande says, I just thought of you, WTF. Why, thank you, Ande. Thank you for thinking of me. I feel like the Paul Rudd quote from Captain America Civil War is like, thanks for thinking of me. Vegan Thing says, meow. What up, Vegan Things? What's up, Ande with the blue hearts? Yeah, man. Abe says, first again, Dev, sir, too freaking easy. Yes, it is. How's your trip? I will get back to you later, I hope. Certainly lovely to be instead. 79 Bitcoin. November 18th last year, Bitcoin was 91, ETH was 3,100. This is like stable coins at this point. Solana was 241. Oh damn, Solana was pumping. BNB was 623. Okay, BNB was down. Doge was 37 cents. Damn, November last, like, damn, crypto be wild, and I will get back to you at some point. On this is, bruh, does this mean we'll be able to sell gems and then we will use OMI to snipe? I'm confused. No, you have gems that you can buy something from someone else for. And honestly, if that's the case, you might have some type of gem sales back, like, hey, can you buy this thing for me? Or can I like get rid of my gems? Like, I'll give you 450 gems. You give me like $200 or like something like, I don't know. I feel like something like that might be might come back at some point. I thought it was nice meeting you, broski. You too, man. I tried to hang out with everyone. It's just there was a lot of pulling me in multiple directions, and I got glitter bombed one day, and it was wild. What's up, Planet Vampire? All right, let's go over some crypto here because that's what we do. Let's take a look at Definity, who I did just get an update finally. They would like send me the numbers like every day for what they were doing, and then like they fired the team that was doing that. I don't know why. I think I know why, but so I didn't get any updates, and I finally started getting some updates, and things are looking good. The revenue is not quite yet $1 million a month like they were hoping. But am I Bane in Batman Dark Knight Rises? Because that part comes later. That will probably happen in Q1, and there's still a chance it happens in December. But I think that revenue really starts to blow up Because again, they said that's the goal by the end of the year, and even though they missed it by a couple of months, and I'll be pretty happy with. I'm going to get more of their token at some point, but I need to sell some shares of something first. And I know I've been talking about that for a while, but it should happen next month. In which case, I'll get a bunch of DEVVE. I have so much. God, I have so much Definity already. I don't know. Probably most of it will go into DEVVE because I see that absolutely, and we'll get there. We'll get there. So Definity has $2,000 in volume on the day, $2.3 million market cap. That market cap does be going a bit lower. 79K in liquidity, but that liquidity, if I'm not mistaken, 40,000 in Definity, 40,000 in ETH. But yeah, it's been seen a bit of a rough time for it, just because a lot of people, again, up 4% on the day, but a lot of people, they just have that awareness issue where they don't know what it is, and they don't know that the revenues that they're doing are absolutely insane, and the market cap makes no sense. So I did mention DACAT, down 7.5% on the day to $1.2 million market cap. So I had been touting, and it's still true, but I've been touting for a while that since April, when you take a look at DACAT, DEVVE, OMI, and Definity, DACAT was always the one that was outperforming the others. And that's still true. It's done a 3x since then, and everything else kind of down. 1,800 in volume on the day, 334,000. So a third of $1 million in liquidity. And if I still believe. Okay, we are slightly. There's $166,000 in DACAT and $164,000 in Ethereum. So there is a little bit of a difference, or it is skewed a little bit heavier for DACAT. Like I said, I'll get more at some point. Also for DACAT, we had some news from Nike the pig. If I can find it. Didn't I repost it? I could have sworn I reposted it. Oh, okay, I did. Nike the pig says, remember this sketch in the quoted tweet? Well, it's one of 6 unique covers and holy leftovers. There's a lot happening here. That's me in the center falling through reality. A portal? Honestly, not sure. This is pretty much my whole week summarized in one image. Oh, and you see those mushrooms floating around? Yeah, that's accurate. Very on brand for me. The artist really captured the everything is chaos and we're just going with it energy of this whole adventure. It's a great adventure. And this is just one of 6 covers. There's 5 more of these. Each one probably has me in a different state of panic. This is Stoner Nike from the, let me get rid of Planet Vampire right now. This is Stoner Nike going through a portal. It kind of looks like a portal that you see on like Rick and Morty, or maybe like, what's the name of that? Gravity Falls. But, and who is that villain over there? Or is that a villain? And who are these other pigs over here? And is that a little white cat? Why has he got to be white, bro? He's white, and his name is SHIRO, and he's in there. And so this is called Nikeverse, the Shards of Nike. I did not come up with that title, but I think it's a great title. And I go over and I requote it and saying, "Hey, look at SHIRO on that cover. Can't wait to get this on VeVe official next year. Love that the cat token can bring so many communities together. Great communities, the best communities, and they do. This would not be possible without the cat. And very proud of that happening. This is a lot of fun. It'll be under the Cat Chronicles brand, but it is very much so. The cat's not in this. Spoilers. But obviously SHIRO's in it, and Nike's at. So this is going to be really weird because they're like almost done with the comic, and we haven't started on Space Penguins yet. And it's supposed to go the cat number 1, the cat number 2, then you have then you have Ladies on Solana, you have the Solana Wolfpack, and Space Penguins. And Space Penguins ends and goes right into the cat in the middle of the cat number 3. And Space Penguins also ends, and that's the beginning of Nike the Pig. So it's very possible that Nike the Pig might come out before Space Penguins. Oh, I don't want it to, but it's probably gonna happen. Yeah. So we might do a thing where like, okay, this comes first, and then Space Penguins is a prequel. And then DigiJoints that comes after this is basically Nike the Pig Part 2, and SHIRO and Nike the Pig. Which Nike? Oh, you don't know. Is going to go into DigiJoints, and then that goes into like the cat number 5, 4. I don't know. It's all in here. right now. I feel like Brendan Fraser in The Mummy. He's like, relax, on the map, all up here, remember? Oh, that's comforting. We got hi there. Hey, saying yo, considering all current factors, where do you think OMI goes from here? Short term, I don't know. Down. That's been the trend. Well, actually, the trend has been up the last month, but for OMI, down about 5.5% today. So it's had a weird day. So obviously, we were up to 2.4 a couple of times, really, really trying to test that ceiling, get rejected each time. You've had those lower lows, and then you got a nice little wick up to 2.2, and then a big red candle down, and that so it seems to me that 1.9 ish, 1.98 it's probably like that's been the recent floor. 2.4 is the top, and anywhere in between is where we're trading at. So there is some availability for swing trades for it. Let's go over the rest. Let's just go over it here. What do we got? What do we got? We got $58 million market cap, 3.9 million in volume, down about 20%. I mean, yesterday everyone's buying, right? Because we had that news that the VeVe collectibles are going to be interoperable. So obviously you have Nike the Pig, you have SHIRO, you have DACAT. All of these comics will be interoperable. You'll be able to hold it in your self-custody wallet, whichever one you choose. I don't know which one though. Fudge. That's a lot of messages on Facebook Messenger, which I don't check, by the way, so don't message me there. We got Andes. I don't understand. What do I snipe with OMI? Yeah, it's gonna be cheaper to snipe with OMI because gems are just, again, you can't cash out. So yeah, OMI's probably gonna be the move. Things are cheaper, generally speaking. Can you answer? Oh yes. Yeah, so listen, sorry, and I just had a bunch of messages, and then I have stuff to talk about. So I don't like. I'm already 20 minutes behind messages, so it's a thing. And if you want, so for example, Ande was down here at like 8:08, saying like, "Hey, asking questions," and I wasn't answering because I just didn't see it. I do answer every question. Sometimes it takes me 30 minutes or an hour to get to it. If you don't have that long, you just send a quick super chat. It doesn't have to be like $100 or anything. Just $2 super chat. Be like, hey, blah blah blah, and then I'll answer it right away. I just again I get to everything eventually, but it's just sometimes it takes a while. And if you don't have a while, the quick $2 super chat, and then I'll go in and answer that. So yeah, sniping with OMI. All right, let's move on. Let's do Comey. All right, so we did a Comey. But I guess I could do the. All right, so short term, I have no idea. Nobody knows. Midterm, like 3 to 8 months. Yeah. 2 cents. I think 100x from here is very reasonable. What's our market cap here? 50. Yeah, 100x from here, getting us to, was that 6 billion? Yeah, $6 billion market cap. And I don't know if we should necessarily justify that market. I'm just saying it will. It'll probably overshoot where it should go. It'll definitely overshoot where it should go, and that'll be it. I mean, again, self custody is something that like I don't think Butters have anything to talk about anymore. Like there's nothing. I'm sure the price is still down. It's like, oh yeah, well the price is still, okay, yeah, it is. It's incredibly undervalued in my opinion. I mean, I said this at 0003, now it's 0002. It was 0001, and I bought some there. So this very very happy with that. Anyway, but it depends when the blow off top is. If you have a blow off top for Bitcoin and ETH around April, then you're not going to see a blow off top for a Comey until a bit after that. And it depends what narrative runs first. Like you had privacy narrative that kind of just ran a little bit, but again, the markets ain't pumping. The liquidity is still in the money market accounts on the side, and there's a lot of it. So I would say summer of next year, you probably have a good chance of having a blow off top by that point. Now it could run at any moment, but I don't think it runs when I don't want it to run, because if it runs now, it's going to have a weak ass run because Ethereum's in the shitter and so is everything else. I want it to run in ideally. So I would like it to run whenever the blow off top is, or at least as close to that as possible. For another reason why I want it to stay down, or get cheaper, is because DEVVE, I think, really, and we'll go over DEVVE now. I think DEVVE really, really blows up in the next 6 weeks. Which again, I talked about that with that dude. If it goes to $10, which I don't think it will, that's like a 30x from here. But at that point, I have $1 million in DEVVE if it did. So yeah, giving away 5K to charity, no problem. Again, I don't think it does that by the end of the year, but I do think it does reach several dollars, at least a couple of dollars. All-time high is $1.80. Figure like a 5-ish X from here. 4.5, 5. And the reason why I think that's because you have that announcement of who the exchange partner is. It's going to be something that apparently everyone knows. It does seem that their evidence does point to kind of a NASDAQ, but it's not. That's just our best guess, and usually it's not the obvious answer. So again, nobody knows. I mean, the people that know, there's probably like 12 people that know, and they're all like on the team. But even if it is, you don't know what type of partnership it is, and then we also don't know what type of marketing we'll get with it. It would make sense that it would be a dual marketing campaign, but again, we don't know. We have Omar tagging me in some VeFriends. This is a big page. Treasures fit for a collector, dropping by Black Friday week. 5,555 treasure chests in existence, comprising of only 555 sealed cases, and each collectible inside, except the coins, is limited to 99 or fewer, meant to be treasured. I don't really have any VeFriends, but I might buy one. Every treasure chest features a mix of 4 premium collectibles, 1 gemstone pin with authentic sapphires, 1 debut sticker. Okay, there's stickers. Okay, there's a lot of stickers. I don't really know Gary's characters, so I can't really speak on this. Oh, there's graded coins. Oh, there's graded coins of the characters. Oh, these are freaking cool. Badass. They have an ounce of gold. What the shit? All right, they have a 1/10 of an ounce of gold. For what's this called? A legendary lemur. And then there's a chance that you get a 1 ounce of gold for a patient panda. But oh my god. That probably makes it worth it. That definitely makes it worth it. That's insane. Debut stickers. I mean, I'm gonna go for the gold, right? There's classic pins, and those are very scarce. Hidden treasures, more hidden treasures. That's really cool. The first chance to go treasure hunting is Black Friday, live on Whatnot. I have $15 in credit there. That's really cool. Not sponsored, by the way. But yeah, that's where I think I would go in the midterm. And DEVVE, yeah. Let's take a look at DEVVE over on the CoinGecko and see what the volume was today. There might be a difference in volume between there. Oh yeah, it only says 188 there on the CoinGecko, but I think the coin market cap might have a little higher, 303,000, which is still not. It's not a lot. And it's at 36 cents. I want to get more money and put it in there. So we did DEVVE, we did DACAT, we did Definity, we did OMI. Okay, cool. We got a bunch of news to go over. Let's get to some of the comments here real quick. Gold Elgin says, if Cavell Anderson rejoins the VeVe community, would you interview him? I never actually. I've had him on, but not so much. Have I had him on? I'm pretty sure I did. Cavell Anderson, Randy Chavez. Yeah. So Chavez podcast number 31 with Cavell Anderson, and then guest appearance by Foster Hilton and Mr. Pags. So this is back in November, actually 4 years ago, plus 3 days, November 17th, 2021. Bro, look at how cute Foster Hilt is over here. Look at that little bay. My old Patreon member shout out. Yeah, if I'd probably have him on, because Oh, I also Chavez podcast number. Also, this is racist. This is a little racist. I had Miguel O'Hara, Fantos, and then Steamboat Willie, because I had Chavez podcast number 61 with Dan Chaubel and Cavell Anderson, and I put it, the Spanish, the black, the white, because that's what we were. And then obviously I have the alligator Lokis in the background. So I have had him on a couple times with stuff. Yeah, he's very good at Twitter. He's very good at getting people to see things his way, regardless of whether it is true or not. Also, one of the most successful things he had on YouTube was interviewing me. Yeah, he's had again, he's very good at Twitter, and for better or worse, like so be advised, he would go out, real letter new, VeVe would do something or not do anything, and he would make 2 videos within the same hour and release them and say like, this is why a Comey is going to $1. Like this is the end of a Comey, and he'd put it out within the same hour. So I wouldn't put much stock into the things that he says, but he's very good at getting viewers. He's a I wouldn't say a guru. He's extremely good at getting people to watch his YouTube videos, and he's extremely good at Twitter, getting followers and engagement, whether it's rage baiting, whether it I and sprinkled in there sometimes. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, I would like to get to if he comes back in the community. Yeah, I'd totally interview him again. Good for the channel, good for views. Get him into DeCat maybe. Maybe we'll have a DeCat Toshi crossover. I don't know if I'm sure he knows the devs at Toshi. But yeah, I think that'll be fun. Crowner, give me those wavings, those wavies. Hello, wavies. Gold Elgin saying, I saw that the Pooh Golden Moment spike. Did it really? I honestly, there's a bunch of stuff. Like, there's so much stuff on the app now. Like, you just don't know what's and it's impossible to like check everything. Winnie the Pooh is $14, 68,000 OMI. Where is my listings? I have a couple of Fantastic Fours. Number one, so I have like 90 of these. So Fantastic Four number one, but if I set them for $5 hairs of OMI, 24,000. Multiply that. It could turn into something. Turn into a little something. Over 1 million OMI if I keep on doing it. I also have a Cocoa Pouch prototype, number 4. There's only 15 of these. I have a 5 million OMI, and if anyone wants it, if anyone buys it, that number 4 Cocoa Pouch prototype for 5 million OMI, just over $1,000, I will I'll give you a free half-hour call with me, and you get to ask me anything. Is that Coffee Chris? Chris Coffee. So Coffee Chris had a he had a video the other day, like where he broke out the VeVe Lite. Like, so back in the day, or ish years ago, you had a bunch of people that got gifted like a box of it was the Taps Trades. Wendy got one. I think Sparky got one. Chris got one. I got one, obviously. And he had his VeVe Lite, and he broke it out the other day, and he's like, "Hey, in all fairness, I did not watch the video. I just saw that he broke out. I was like, good for you." But he says with volume, the arbitrage won't last forever on that. Are you talking about the collectibles or the OMI? Arbitrage from like VeVe, like gems and OMI, or the arbitrage on the OMI going swing, swing, swing? Swing, swing, swing round the table. My heart is crushed by a formula. Can you? Yeah, sorry. Elmon X says it's happening. Leonardo's Last Supper, one of the most famous paintings. 2 versions, pre and post restoration. And you have Omar saying Randy Travel is quite epic. Hope to see that we can put this in VeVe-verse on VeVe in the future. Agreed. Hope we can. Let's see what else we got here before we get to the news. Actually, let's just go to the news because there's a lot to go over. I guess we have to go to Monday night. Oh, Ken has cheeseburger. Bro, all right, I gotta go a little bit before then. Bukele bought $100 million worth of Bitcoin on Monday. Shout out to him. He gets the slow clap. Gemini co-founder Cameron Winklevoss says that this is the last time you'll ever be able to buy Bitcoin below 90K. That tweet didn't age well. Not gonna lie, I get why we've been eating this for the last 30,000 years. It's just toasted bread with butter, and it looks so good. I got this little duck. He is my new favorite pet. He wants to be a sty duck so bad. My little duck. Icon has, oh god, the difference in time between now and Icon has cheeseburger is the same between Icon has cheeseburger and the Berlin Wall falling. Bro, I am so old. I feel it. Like, art thou feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? I'm feeling a warm spot. Sorry. The LG, that is hysterical. Martini Guys, as Bitcoin falls below 90K for the first time in 7 months, triggering over $947 million in liquidations on Monday. It is now only 3 days until Star Dogs makes its grand debut. This is your chance to get ready for something truly next level. On November 22nd, 2025, Hollywood glamour collides with cutting-edge blockchain, unlocking exclusive perks, VIP access, and collectible digital art designed for true insiders. Whatever you want to catch for the next big wave, lock in front row spot, or simply make sure you don't miss out. Now's the moment to lean in, keep watch, circle the date, and get ready to experience the Stardogs takeover. Grab your early access at stardogs.com before the pack goes live. Don't wait. This is one drop you'll want to be a part of. If I had the monies, I would do it too. On that day, 9 years ago, I got a plane to myself, and I went to Germany, and it was great. I was like, look at the smile on that young Chavez face. Oh, good times, good times. Without physical during cooperative. Your brain is naturally telepathic. Research suggests, meaning our minds are all connected. Telepathy tapes, quantum telepathy, all that jazz. The U.S. initial jobless claims were at 232,000 in October. BlackRock has deposited $280 million in Bitcoin and $200 million in ETH to Coinbase on Tuesday morning. That was wild. The crypto fear and greed index was at a 15. I think it was at 10 at one point. That is insane. Project. The FCC dropped crypto from its 2026 priorities. The new exam plan doesn't mention crypto at all, suggesting it's no longer treated as a special risk area. I feel like this is like the official 9/11 Commission report, and it doesn't mention Building 7. I feel like this is going to be... But anyway, for right now, it's like we're in the clear. Saudi Arabia to invest $1 trillion in the U.S. Originally, it was supposed to be $600 billion. But then Trump went and talked with them and basically said, what's another $400 billion between friends? God, I love this game. Repping DACAT at the gym. Looking great. Keep your expectations low. Important. Bam. Latest partnership. Okay. One over that. Banks can now hold crypto to cover blockchain transaction fees. Giga bullish for crypto, in my opinion. $500 million USDC was minted on November 18th. Familiar with these guys? Believe DEVVE was listed by what is today? Thursday? All right. I will not be live tomorrow. Oh, I will be live tomorrow at 3 p.m. I'll be interviewing Eastern Standard Time, interviewing Chris Severs. So I won't be live tomorrow night. I'll be live tomorrow in the afternoon. So I'm gonna be heavy news day. Heavy news day. Oh my God, Kuma. Hey, what up, man? Yo, what up, girl? Girl, tell me something, girl. Are you happy in the morning? Or do you? Sorry. Had to get that. Why are so many people Snapchatting me? Omar loves these. It's good evening, Mr. Omar, my man. Tagging me in all the best stuff over on X. Kuma says, I've had quite a bit of OMI on Stacker since the launch for the MCP points, but I've been very disciplined in not spending it, replacing what I spend if I do. I'm going to tell the DACAT community right now. Where are they? Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I will dedicate. How much of this am I dedicating? I will dedicate $1,000 is a lot. I will dedicate. Well, how much is a million OMI is only like $200. So I'm telling you, I will dedicate 1 million OMI to buying the DACAT. Oh, that's only if I can buy it for gems though. But if it's on the comics.vv.me or app.vv.me/comics, then I won't be able to do that. So I'm not sure how I'm going. Yeah, that might be a problem. That might be a problem. Okay, if we are able to buy the comic with gems, I will dedicate 1 million OMI to buying the DACAT comic. If not, I will. Oh, do I want to sell? Do I want to sell I mean, it's the same thing, right? I will sell that 1 million OMI, turn it into fiat, and buy the DACAT comic with that. Yeah, it's gonna sell it. If Metaverse Life he had a drop during decon, and it made $23,000, by the way. Like that, good. If there's like 3,200 of those things, let's go to the tape. Let's go to the tape. Comment down below if you get that reference. It's from Rocket Power. Don't even. Okay. Let's go to featured brands. Start your collection. Coming soon. Okay. Go back to where we knew. Yeah. Sorry. Where the heck is this freaking thing? There was a lot of drops of decon. Okay, so there was in this. There's 3,500 of these available. 3,530. 3,325 were sold, which is great. Yeah, 3,500 of these things, and he's close to selling out. DACAT gonna sell the heck out. We're doing 20. Give me one sec. I don't even need to buy any of it, but I will. Go to DACAT again. Give him these count them two marshmallows. SpongeBob reference, not marshmallows. Pictures of Metaverse Life's thing, not his thing. You know what I mean? His drop. This almost sold out, and let me go back to this real quick. This almost sold out. It's inspired by the VeVe docuseries of the same name, where filmmaker Roth Ryan traveled the globe to meet collectors across cultures and communities. What he discovered is universal. No matter where you're from or what you collect, we're all collectors at heart. The series transforms that message into a music-driven collectible experience, blending digital and physical rewards. So I said this almost sold out, and meow, not as meow. Meow. We will sell out easily. We'll make 20-something thousand on this drop for DACAT. Anyway, believe Biconomy. Okay, Biconomy. So Biconomy, they renegade listed DEVVE, which is great. The Fed injected 4. Oh, I think that's fake. I don't know what these Pox Pixies officials are. They have 115 followers on Insta. I don't know where they're from. I don't know what they're doing. But they have a pretty cool website, and they made a big video for David and Dan for VeVe's 5th birthday. And David said, yeah, we'll give you a drop. And they drop, I think, soon. What's real? Fudge. I need to go to X. Okay. Go to VeVe. And then I will see what date these little guys drop. Full details here. These are dropping in 3 days and 14 hours. So like 4 days away. See the additions on these. There's 750 of them each, so that's 3,500. Because you have a secret rare that's crafted 500. I don't know these guys. I don't. Maybe they surprise us. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, let's get to more comments here. Truck and Hank says, just got here. Have you covered this already? What's the possibility of OMI being the gas behind the new blockchain? They haven't. I don't know. I don't. I mean, OMI's on base. Like to use a token that's on a layer 2 as gas for the other is not likely. So what they might do, and this is a very big if. I don't think they would do this. I'd probably advise them not to do that. But I don't think they would do this. But maybe they say, okay, everyone that has OMI, we'll take a snapshot. We're gonna airdrop people the new token. I just don't think they would do that. Like, there's no way, right? There's no way they do that. And then have that, like, yeah, I just don't see it. I says best fried chicken. So I really like Popeyes. Popeyes is so good. Now I know people really like Chick-fil-A, and yeah, I like Chick-fil-A too. I know it's God's chosen chicken sandwich, apparently, but Popeyes kind of, I don't know. That's just my personal favorite. KFC is good. I really like KFC because they partnered with VeVe and Figpin, and we have this whole thing. So yeah, I like them, and I have a very good memory with KFC. I was with a girl last year. Well, we got KFC whenever I would visit. So yeah, I think this one was again over the last year or so. I was with this girl. We had just in bed. We had KFC, and it was good times. That was so KFC will always have a special place in my heart because me and this girl would always get it. She was a very cheap date. I really really like dating. Not that I like who I like, and it's whoever it is, different classes, different races, different whatever. But I feel like the gals that are a bit poorer, they're like, hey, where do you want to go? Anywhere you want. Can we go to Olive Garden? Really? Like, you anywhere you want? Yeah, please. Okay, yeah. Like recently, where do you want to go to eat? Could we do Texas Roadhouse? Anywhere in the state. And okay, pick Texas. Okay, so yeah. Special place in my heart. But yeah, for me, it'd have to be it'd probably have to be Popeyes. Their chicken sandwiches, no pickle. I don't like pickle on it. Sometimes I get it with extra cheese, or sometimes I get it with cheese. But yeah, it's like 700 calories. Oh my god, I love it. I have never had a bad chicken sandwich from Popeyes. So I'm so hungry right now. I'm so fat. I don't need it. Mr. MC1 says, "Hey Randy, what's up, Mr. MC1? How you doing, girl? Girl, I miss you, man. I love you." Arturo says, "Picked up that Spidey secret rare today." Oh, I saw that. I was gonna go over it. Still $3,000 spread between VeVe and yeah, bro, that was insane. That was insane. Horror film audition. Okay, Randy, I'm sending you the whole scene for context. I have some time to give it a go. Okay, so I'm gonna be in this horror movie, super low budget. I'm just the 911 operator. And I was using like my normal voice. I wasn't, but I might have to do that trucker. Yeah. So I'll just say, copy that. Can't wait. Okay. Showing, sending. Yep, got that too. Girlfriend. Okay, yep, got it. U.S. administration is eyeing ways to give the $2,000 dividend stimulus checks without congressional approval. Let's go. We're gonna get that bread. I'm dying. Exchange held supply continues to decline. About 1.5% of Bitcoin and 18% of ETH has moved off exchanges as both assets flow into ETFs and DATs, reinforcing the shift from liquid venues to institutional custody. Tether makes strategic investment in LEDN to expand Bitcoin-backed lending market. Cloudflare global network outage hits multiple crypto front ends in widespread disruption. That has been not fun. Crypto exchange Kraken raises $200 million from Ken Griffin's Citadel to notch $20 billion valuation. Damn. I don't know why this was brought up. Somebody brought up in the VeVe collectibles thing on Facebook saying like, rare sighting, a new user from 2024, a year ago, making some waves on Stacker too. If you're in the Facebook group, Seesaw, welcome to VeVe. And they have 463 collectibles. Good for them. With stablecoin transaction volume surged to $1.4 trillion in October, Jesus, marking a very, very big new high. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says that there has been a lot of progression on crypto market structure legislation, and it could pass in December. Congressman Clay Higgins is the only congressman to vote against releasing the Epstein files. I repeat, Congressman Clay Higgins. The vote was like 467-1, where he apparently doesn't want the Epstein files coming out. What does that say about him as a person? Right here, FBI. Right here. Go in, and I drove by the FBI headquarters the other one of the FBI. I can't even say where, but yeah, apparently. Anyway, Congressman Clay Higgins. What the F? Like, what the act? Like, what do you got to hide, bro? Anyway, Kumo says Truck and Hank. I would think. So I hope the team would do that if they could. At least that's what I'm hoping they did. Yeah, that'd be wild. Be wild, right? Gold Elgin says Harley Quinn number 19 gang here. Has the AR and it's pretty good, even though people downplay it. Imagine with AR glasses going mainstream. Yeah, Dr. Prophet had those glasses in the designer con. So cool to see. Freaking love that, man. And it's gold pants. Yeah, somebody bought a Stephen Pugh Harley Quinn recently. They just celebrated something, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy this." Like, good stuff. I have to. Okay, thread. I'm gonna have to go over that. My Devi only video. Cristiano Ronaldo and Elon Musk were spotted at the White House dinner the other day with President Trump. Over that, the $4,000 bounty. Repeat, $4,000 bounty on the first appearance Michelangelo common digital collectible, 1984, representing the year TMNT was born. Digital collectible drops on Saturday, November 29th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Can't wait. Who did? Okay, let's go like that. Digital Snowflake says, I want to buy some of the items on my wish list before they go out of my reach. There's also a thing where it's like, okay, what do you get now? Is it OMI? And thank you, Miss Gecko, for requoting my stuff. If anyone wants to retweet this or repost this stream, you'd be the free way to help support the channel on free ways or Patreon. So there's a super thanks button down below, super chat as well. Oh wow, bro, still testing. Fuck. Informant just says, hey, I tested positive for the Rona. Hey, VeVe fam, I just tested positive for the Rona, and it is a high viral load. I use a lot of sanitizer, but I still got it. Please pass this on if you are at the parties in Vegas. I am really sorry. Didn't know people were still testing, but yeah, apparently he's got a. If you were at that party in Vegas, get yourself tested. Give me 1 second here. I go meow 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 on meow meow meow. And then it went. Sorry. Somebody messaged me. Right into okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's rough. So if you have it or if you feel it, quarantine, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so people have been saying like, hey, what's better now? Is it do you go in and do you buy collectibles or OMI? I think OMI obviously outperforms in the mid to long term, but in the short term, collectibles could be going boom, 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 while OMI is just like kind of floating by over here. And not all collectibles are the same. Like it's like that scene from is it Kim's Convenience? I forget the dude that plays Uncle Iroh now in like the live action Avatar. He's talking to like a trans person, and he's like, "Oh, she look good." He's like, "No, no, Grandpa. Like they look good." Like, no, not all trans people look good. not all Korean look good, but he look good. So in that same breath, I'll say not all collectibles are created the same, and not all collectibles are going to go up. Not all of the comics that I release are going to go up, but there are some that we know will go up. You have the partner statue, you have Secret Rare Spider-Man, you have Todd Batman, you have Riso Batman, the VeVe Gold logo, of course, and then I'm trying to think of some other ones that Superman. Superman was like $118 the other day, which was bananas. Remember when those were like several thousand? And now it's 136. I mean, it's still the same same amount of OMI. I think OMI just went up a little bit, and you got Harris. Harris is trying to get as much OMI as he can by selling some of his Supermen over there. At a time. Yes, you are at a time, but not at options. Japan's new Poke Park will require guests to meet fitness requirements before they're allowed in. That's awesome. This is gonna separate the Pokemon trainers from the Pokemon masters. I think the test is being able to take 110 steps unassisted. It's really not that deep of a requirement. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of there's probably going to be a couple people that won't be able to do it. If you wanna play with Pokemon, you got to get in shape. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's amazing. Advertising. Who's doctors? Oh, geez. This is probably one of my favorite pictures that has ever been made of me. King of the View. I gotta send this to people. How do I send? Okay, share. Can I just screenshot it? Screenshot it. Okay. Hi there, Hayes. Is not too long ago, OMI was up to 0004. Can't remember what the news was, but there was no news. It's actually up to 0005. But currently, news is way bigger, yet OMI hasn't really moved. Are we tied to ETH blowing up, etc. for having a prior move? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're not gonna see too much movement because again, the digital collectibles narrative probably won't hit until the NFT narrative does, and that is tied to Ethereum. So one does affect the other. Omar loves Omi. Thank you. Should have Chris Coffee on your stream. Is he available? I can give him. So I had this thing once where I had him on, and I don't smoke. I think I've smoked like 3 times in my life. But I wanted to try these gummies, and I got wrecked. I got rickety wrecked on. I had him and Mark Quinn. We were talking about Pokemon, and I don't remember. That was the most worst podcast that I ever did. No fault of their own. It was just 100% because of me. Because I was like, "What? Sorry." Like it was awful. But yeah, I love Chris. He can totally come on. As a self-custody purist, where you at? Satisfied? Probably not. Probably not. Arcturus is Penny Black Secret Rare doubled in price for a day or two, over 1K. Now 720 floor on VeVe, 1,000 on Stacker. Bro, that's awesome. BlackRock has sold $513 million worth of Bitcoin on November 18th at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, making the biggest outflow since launch. BlackRock's IBIT sold 513. Yep, I just went over that. November 18th, you had 512,000 OMI burn. Just wait. Bought two. David Portnoy said late last night, I bought $2 million in crypto. When there's blood in the streets, I'm like a great white shark. Hashtag DDTG. Arcturus says OMI token on base and soon Kraken, fully diluted deflationary metaverse and utility token with VeVe official. OMI can be used to purchase officially licensed NFTs on Stacker World market. Use OMI to buy NFTs from Disney, Marvel, USPS, Lamborghini, Coca-Cola, and hundreds of others. So shout out to Arcturus for doing the Lord's work over there and trying to get OMI seen. Same thing from him, crypto.com, saying stop scrolling and tell us the ticker. Same thing. He just copied and pasted. OMI token on base. Boom. Jim Cramer says it feels like the cabal is trying to keep Bitcoin above 90K. Bottom signal. Again, inverse Cramer has been right like 97% of the time. He's without a doubt the worst trader I've ever seen. I feel like he'd respond in a Jack Sparrow, but you have heard of me. Boo Kelly should have waited a few days. What are we talking about with Boo Kelly? Oh, Bukele. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm assuming you did text to speech to text. Heather Hayes says health update. Are we gymming? What are we eating? How's the back? I got this back massage from this dude, this Russian dude, just the most meaty, powerful hands. And I was like, okay, he's going to make it 100% worse, or it's going to be, and I feel like I was hurting the first day after I got it, but now I feel pretty good. I'm not really. I am gymming. I didn't gym yesterday because I had a very successful date, and I didn't. I wanted to make sure I was good for it, which I was. But if I would have really pushed it at the gym yesterday and then gone to, and I would have been like, I would have been dead. But thankfully, I didn't. I rested, and it was pretty great for lots of reasons. And then I went dancing at night, which I barely had the energy for, but I had a couple drinks. Yeah, I know I should not be drinking because I am not I am not at peak physical condition yet. But I did get new pants. They're a little snug, but they are. I will. It will motivate me to lose even more weight because I'm fat as fuck. Um, the diet's been okay. Um, Definitely calorie restriction, but still definitely getting not as much protein as I should. Ideally, I'd want like 200 grams, but I'm getting like 160. It's my own fault. Like I just not forcing myself to eat, which I should be. Um, and that's why I have that calorie restriction, because I'm just not, like, oh, more roast beef, more chicken, more egg whites, and I'm just not. Um, but I had some really good chicken yesterday. I had some really good rice. I know I shouldn't have had the rice, but oh my god, that was some of the best rice I've had in an age. Um, in bed having KFC. Well, we were on top of the covers when we were enjoying our KFC, and also kind of, I mean, it was fine. Nothing got burned. Like we didn't. How to get burned? How to get burned? No, like it's fine. Wash up. My God. Oh my God. Great times. I feel like, so now that I am, yeah. But long story short, great times. Cheap date. She went in bed with some KFC. Well, it wasn't that. Like we were. So we dated. We were in a relationship for like 8 months ish. Um, and so this is one of the chicks that I like would have married. Like I got close, I guess, 3 times, and with only two of them where I would have probably had kids. Um, One of them where I was actually engaged. That just, we didn't want kids. We don't want nothing to do with kids. Despite us both at the time. Well, I was in my 20s. She was actually 32, I think. Um, we didn't want it. That was a decade ago. Um, the second time where I was close was 2020. Best and worst year of my life. Worst year because pandemic. I lost my body. I lost like 100 grand from the high risk lending business because business is shut down, and I had a lot of money out on the street. It's probably more than that, but it was this girl that mental connection's great. I have very awesome mental connections with a lot of women. Like that's people that are fun and they're cool. Like, so if you're a guy, like it's kind of hard to come by. It's like, hey, after you blink, it's like, oh god, what do we do now? I kind of want to just watch South Park, and can I like pay for your Uber home? But and I never do that. I'm always very nice about it. Um, but there are some times where you meet these awesome chicks, and it's like, I want to do things with you fully clothed, not outside of the bedroom. And that's when it's like, okay, this chick is kind of special. So I have that connection with the fair amount of women, but the physical connection, like I don't even know how to phrase this. Um, Picture people as condiments, and one is mustard, one is uh, ketchup, one is like mayonnaise. Like, again, people are like kind of food groups or condiments, and you sometimes have a connection where like, oh, bro, chocolate and peanut butter, like what? Um, this was like a chocolate peanut butter like that physical connect, and this was my one of my top in 2020. This is one of my top three physical connections um ever. Like so much so where again, this 2020, I'm still pretty against having kids, but for me, um, but she wanted to have kids, and I was like, okay, listen, I don't. And we got to this point. We were dating for a couple months, like 4 or 5, and she was about to like end it. Like, hey, this has been great, but you don't want kids, and I do. So she probably end it. I was like, okay, listen, you're absolutely right, but give me like 3 years, and I will give you kids, and I meant it, and I would have, and she said that it's not soon enough. Uh, she was younger than me, so I was like 29. She was like 27, maybe 26. So I don't think like her biological clock was like really moving that much, but um, she went with a dude that wanted kids right away, and then like, oh my god, so this um, so I didn't know this at the time. She contacted, so we blinked a few times after that. Um, me thinking she was single. One time we blinked after that. It was I think like a few months, like yeah, it was like a few months later. Um, fine, cool. Then we don't blink for like a year and a half, 2 years because I was dating Danielle, and then in 2022, was it 2023? I either way, I think it was like 2 years ago plus 2.5 years ago. We blink again, and we make an OnlyFans video, and as like after we had done the deed, she mentions her fiance, and I was like, "What?" Like, and apparently, I guess he knew that this is what she did. And I was like, because I knew she had an OnlyFans, and she's like, "Do you want to make an OnlyFans video?" I was like, "Okay," and then, but I didn't know she. So that was the wildest case of cucking that I've ever seen. Anyway, um, and then literally like 2 months later, she's married, and now she has a kid, and I don't know if she's pregnant again or not, but anyway, so that was 2020. Um, the girl, the KFC. So this was started last year, and this was, oh my god. Another thing, same thing with like the mental connection was great, and physical connection was great. Like I'm talking mind blowing. Again, top three. Like the girl from 2020 was top three. Girl last year into this year top three, and this girl had 5 kids like already. Now three of them like I kind of knew already, and they're already like brought up. Like they were 18, 16, and 14, something like that. So I don't have to do anything with that. Two younger kids though, they were young. Um, but she wasn't old. She was like 36, I think. So she's not old. Um, but I because of that physical connection, like I saying like I would, all right, call me stepdaddy. And then I probably would have had another kid with her. Not that I would really want to, but it just would have happened. Um, but yeah, I anywhere she wanted to go, and she would she liked KFC, and she liked Olive Garden. I was like, okay, whatever you want, girl. Um, yeah, so those are yeah. So now I don't really and so I loved her. I don't know if I don't think I don't know if I necessarily love the girl from 2020. I definitely love the idea of her, and like I said, I would have just because of that physical connection. Um, yeah, definitely would have, because the mental one was great too. Like we didn't fight. There was no like, she was just cool. She was just chill. Brought me Pete. Like she didn't. like a very busy and hectic life, and she didn't add to any anxiety. She didn't add to any stress. It was all, and same thing with the girl from last year and this year. Um, and the weird one about the last one is that after Danielle, I like kind of promised myself like I'm never letting myself fall in love again. Like we can be like whatever, and we can do, but I just didn't. I like the way I felt after that relationship ended was awful. Like that was I never wanted to feel like that again. It's like a really bad hangover. Like picture the worst hangover you ever had, like times 10. Never wanted to feel that way again. So I was like, all right, this and I didn't fall in love again until last year, and then um but I think even so that next time was not that was it ended and it's like all right. So I don't know, maybe I'm just getting older and harder about these things. I don't know. Anyway, I feel like you just asked about the cheap date, went into bed for some KFC. I was visiting down there because I would go there like every month. And it's whatever she wanted. Like it wasn't for the KFC. It was for me, I think. Omar Leslie said, Elmont X Team says, hi to you, Randy. I mentioned you talked about them and hope they can sponsor you. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go to their not Elmo. I don't want Elmo. I want Elmon X. I gave him a follow. So let me go in and tell them. Yeah. Send DM, please. Not player, please. Julie, please. Oh God, I misspelled meow. I said MSOW. You know what? It's fine. They either get it or they don't. Oh, Chase Blanchard saying the cat in the house, my man. How you doing, girl? Saying, yo, Randy, what's good? Heather Hay says, next year I'm gonna have to pay over $100,000 in taxes. Oh, I was thinking if I sell my OMI down here, having bought it at 1 cent, I can claim the loss and I'll just buy OMI back as I sell. Do people? Yes, people do this. Um, you are more than welcome to do it. It's a great way to offset taxes. So yeah, you could 100% do that. Give me one sec. Foster Hill made a video.
2 years of me being officially employed by eComi and being able to be a part of building out the official utility token of the VeVe ecosystem and the powers where the world collects. I just wanted to take a moment to reflect on the last 2 years, acknowledge our pace and things that we potentially could have done better.
All right, come on, Foster.
I think that it took us longer to get back to only being a focal point than I think many of us, including myself, would have liked. However, I think many will also agree now that the token has received a lot more love recently and a lot more utilities and features that the community have been really excited about. And I look forward to continuing to prioritize the token moving forward. So as I celebrate 2 years, I just want to highlight some of the things that I am most excited about that have come for the token, as well as some of the things that I'm most looking forward to moving forward. So of course, the return of the initial utility for the token by rolling out OMI NFT was huge and acts as the foundation for the rest of the ecosystem as far as rewards go. I'm really excited to see that back, and I love to see the adoption that has come through that, including the leaderboards rewards program, where individuals can earn their share of 100 million OMI tokens every single month just for making purchases using the OMI token. I think that's been a really cool addition, and we've received a lot of really positive comments in relation to people who have tried it out and have checked out Stacker and see what it's like to actually use OMI and realize that it's not actually as scary or difficult as many people make it out to be. Most recently, we saw the integration of OMI to Gem, and I think that feature is going to be adopted and enjoyed quite well. I think people haven't fully scoped out the impact that it will have on the ecosystem. They're starting to understand that it allows them to participate in both the primary and secondary markets on VeVe, which is absolutely incredible and opens up all the range of the 200 plus brands and IP that VeVe has to OMI within the ecosystem. And then, of course, as of yesterday, we have the collect chain announcement, which is going to have huge implications for both VeVe and OMI, and I'm really looking forward to sharing more information with you guys as that becomes available into December and beyond. Speaking of December, we have the Kraken listing that will be coming up in the not too distant future, and I'm really looking forward to the accessibility that that's going to provide to our global user base, many of them residing in the US, Canada, and UK, all of which will have access to utilize the token at these locations. It's been a great 2 years. While we didn't move as quickly as I would have liked to at all times, I'm really happy.
Awesome. Love it, Foster. Love it. Love my bay over there. He's such a good bay. We love you. We love you. Omar Lowe's Omi says Predator Badlands just hit 136.3 million box. Bro, it was so good. I saw it twice. I don't see movies twice. I didn't even see Superman or Jurassic Park this year. I would have loved to see those. But this one, saw it twice. Thank you, everyone, for re-quoting this. Y'all are my bays. And reposting. X starts rolling out account country labels disclosing where users are based. Well, I'm based in the US. Love it. Turtle Gal saying, let's go. What is the next announcement going to be? The next one? I mean, we just barely got these, but I mean, the website for Collect goes live in next month. The Kraken listing, they'll have us a little bit They'll get us the Kraken listing. Will, I assume, some type of marketing will be done for that. I don't know what, I mean, you could have an IP announcement, but we just had TMNT and Street Fighter, which was great. And Vampire says, I bought my 29th S1 Ultraman Ace for 17 gems the other day. These prices are nuts. They are nuts. I agree. Komi announcements? There might be other Komi announcements. I don't know. Ash is quite strong because he picked up many Pokemon that would. Yeah, Ash is hella strong. It's the very best because he could pick up Pokemon that weigh like hundreds of pounds. Total Goblins, hey Randy, how much cash do you estimate the transition fees freeze up for VeVe? Oh, I'm gonna say hundreds of thousands of dollars. Maybe not even that much. At least six figures, because like you have multiple people with thousands of gems in their account, and now VeVe's never gonna have to pay that out. So yeah, that probably frees up at least six figures worth of capital. And you know what can they do with that now? Whatever it is that they want. Yeah, that's great. You can dance, girl. I used to strip, right? Penguin. Yeah. I can dance fairly well. Although the type of dancing I did last night was not. I was not good at. Although, guys, listen. You cannot know how. And again, most of my dancing was more erotic in form, and not the dancing last night. Dancing last night was almost not like ballroom dancing, but it's like kind of country-ish. Anyway, all you got to do is just show up fit. Like at these dancing things, dude. All you got to do is show up fit. Just be able to pick up a girl that's worth like 150 pounds, and that's it. Nobody else was doing that there. All you have to do is show up fit, be able to pick up a girl, and that's it. Then everyone's gonna want to dance with you because they all want to get picked up because they all want to like. I have had so many. Well, I've had three, but it's weird that this has happened more than once. I've had three girls that I've been with where one of them was the girl in 2020. She was sitting on the windowsill, naked, just oh my god, great. Anyway, looking out the window, and I scoop her up, I yeet her on the bed, and she's like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "You good? Hurt yourself?" She's like, "No, I've never been picked up like that before." And this, so she was like 5'9", so she was a tall gal, and she was maybe 150, like maybe, um, that it should not be that difficult to pick up. Like if you're a dude and what all you got to do, and again, she's not the only. I've had two other women say like, "Oh, I've never been picked up like that," and none of these women were like huge. Like none of these women are like 180 pounds, 150 and below. Like, that is bananas. Now maybe they were just saying that, but I don't think so. All you got to do is show up, be able to pick up someone of relative size, and that's it. Just pick them up, swing them around, make them feel like a feather, make them feel light, even if they're not. And anyway, Total Gal says, "Hey Randy, how much cash does the transition?" In bot account. Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about bot accounts. I don't know. Now I'm thinking probably several. Now it's probably a couple hundred K estimate if we're including bot accounts, which I completely forgot about. I would say a couple grand, or I'm sorry, a couple hundred grand. Yeah. Give me one sec. The cat is asking me to be collectible, celebrating the VeVe community. So I feel like it's doing well. It's supposed to just random comic, kind of not, but it's a good signal, I suppose. Definitely good signal. Trump will decide the next Fed chair before Christmas. Thank God. TGA liquidity release has started. In the past 24 hours, the TGA balance has gone down by 34 billion. As this accelerates, the markets could catch a bid. Google stock reaches a new all-time high of 302 doll hairs. Crypto exchange Kraken files for US IPO. And they delisted a couple of things too. And the fact that they delisted a couple of things makes it even more bullish for OMI. They don't want to have any tokens on there that's either in any legal battles or in anything where it's like, yeah, you're not a legitimate token. Because again, going for US IPO, they're pretty. It's not like a secret clearance or anything for the military, but it's pretty rigorous background check. So the fact that they're listing OMI makes me really, really bullish. I was like, where can we see this OnlyFans video? I don't know if she still has it. Oh, I think she does. Give me one sec. I'll see if it's. She does not have a. She does not have an OnlyFans anymore, so it is unavailable. Although I tried linking it with X, so I don't know if that's. All right, give me a sec here. I have a message. I don't know how to search for her on here. I don't know anything on here. Let me see if I can search. Yeah, there's no because I know she had it on there where it was just like, hey, me and oh, it was in 2023 we did it. Okay, yeah. But it's gone now. I think the link is broken. When is the big? Well, be advised, this was a pretty big announcement. The one that David was talking about, though, that I don't know when that happens, but be advised. Yes, it was me. Give me one sec. Big announcement. Where was I? Okay, yesterday. Let me just give a this guy. March. No, this was like July, right? It was July of 17. I think it was July of 17. Was it before San Diego? Might have been before San Diego. Yeah. So here's me at a house party. And then there's another one I have. I don't know where it's from though. I think I can. I probably saved it in Jan or probably February. Whenever the Super Bowl is, whatever year that Shakira and J-Lo did like kind of like a strip tease thing, and people got like big mad for some reason. I was like, oh, y'all don't like dancing and stripping, huh? So then I posted one of my photos. Yeah, I heard a few of you got a little offended by a pole routine that was done yesterday. LMA, y'all are soft. So I posted a couple of photos. So this was like back in the day. You see a little booty behind me. So yeah, I started that out because John Digby says he's strip for real, like free club, but with guys. Well, it was a normal strip club, but it had a ladies' night. But yes, guys would come. So the big announcement, I have no idea. That would be whenever they want to, I guess. Speaking of bot accounts, did they ever get the person responsible for the old gem exploit? I'm sure they did. As pretty hush hush though. I officially I have no idea. Unofficially, I'd have to say probably. I think they would. All right. Anyway, let's get back to what was it yesterday? Elon Musk says AI and humanoid robots will will eliminate poverty and make everyone wealthy. Agreed. Where the future collects. Picked up a couple billion DACAT yesterday in Cars Will Goat Slayer, my man. The trailer was entertaining. Leave it to DACAT. You got it. Okay, cool. There might be a form. That's fine. Also, Brock McBlockchain has announced that since VeVe has its own chain, he will now be able to reward more. Love him for that. He's Bay. Dirk Latte, your collectible should be coming next week. Yeah, Brock McBlockchain is happy 4 years with the Fiches. Tanks are back. The official announced self-custody is coming. You know, once this drops, I have so many plans. I'll be able to reward every Fiche set holders in new and innovative ways. Eric Valcahunas says, IBIT had the worst day of outflows ever yesterday. At a $500 million, ugly stretch, although year-to-date flows still at an astronomical 25 billion, sixth overall. All told, 3.3 billion in total outflows the past month from Bitcoin ETFs, which is a 3.5% asset under management. Would be very cool. Running blockchain, okay. Input lag, not speed. Actually, okay, very good. The UAE state fund triples its stake in BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. Quick announcement. Yeah, so Sean O'Hare from Comics and Crypto says, quick announcement regarding our bounties. We'll continue using gems for VeVe bounties after November 19th. Here's why. We're stacking OMI right now. No fees for us when buying gems versus crypto card. Credit card equals bonus points. We know not everyone will want to sell in gems after November 19th, but this aligns best with our long-term strategy. One recommendation is we have that you'll be able to sell liquid collectibles for OMI on Stacker. That has definitely helped collectors in the past who have claimed our bounties. Be advised, what they're doing is still amazing. Is this kind of a sucky new development? Yeah, but at the end of the day, what they're still doing is amazing. We still love them. And again, it makes sense for them. We have new rabbits coming out. Collect these lovable lunatics and complete the set. Fanny Carbonell got to work with Remy Malik the other day. That I'm very jealous of that. Shout out to Fanny. Actually, speaking of Fanny, it has been. I love going back on my memories on Facebook. November 20th, 2016. After seeing Fantastic Beasts, I'm watching Order of the Phoenix, and I realize I can't watch it without a steady supply of alcohol because of freaking umbrage. So I post on Twitter last year. I was like, on this day 8 years ago, because again, this is last year, so it was really 9 years ago. While vacationing in Germany, me and a friend went to see Fantastic Beasts, and it was my first time seeing Fanny Carbonell without knowing it. She quotes it and saying he was watching a friend on the big screen whom he didn't know he'd have. Hugs to you, Rand. So happy I've met wonderful people like you. Wild that on this day, 9 years ago, I was watching a friend in a movie who I wouldn't meet until several years later. Life is funny like that. I love you, Fanny. Okay, let's just move on. Oh, apparently on Fantastic Beasts, they styled her hair with the same hairpiece that Margot Robbie wore on Tarzan. Same crew, two different universes. Some details quietly travel from one story to another. That is so cool. I didn't know she was in that. Good times. Clow, Latios, Warriors, patience being tested. Yep. Okay, we're gonna get rid of that. Side of myself. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry guys. There's a lot of mother flapper. This is going to be a very lengthy Debbie video I'm about to do after this. BlackRock files new staked Ethereum trust in Delaware. NVIDIA reports 57 billion in revenue, higher than expectations. Syria. We have a Board Ape 9361 selling for 32.5 ETH, which is $98,859.91. Elon Musk says, I would like to thank President Trump for all he's done for America and the world. Agreed. BlackRock plans to file for a new staked Ethereum trust in Delaware. This is really bullish. Ash Crypto Real says, this doesn't pump ETH. I don't know what will. It's just going to be time. Aw, babe. Sorry. It's a lady friend. VeVe Viral says, Tier 1 USA Exchange, self-custody, OMI to NFT, OMI to Gem, store burns, secondary burns, VeVeverse, Master Collector Program, Tier 1 IP, in real life events, marketing. They gave us everything, y'all. They did. They did give us everything. Mosbane, hey Randy, let's freaking go. DACAT. Gotta love DACAT. It's gonna sell out very easily. Oh, my other bay. I have a lot of bays. Definity doing great. Definity says real unlock isn't hype. Institutional crypto adoption is accelerating fast, and Definity Network has its slice of pie. Definity isn't just a token, it's a winner in the race for institutional grade solutions. Stay ahead and hold strong. Crypto adoption, hashtag crypto gems. Samurai Wallet co-founder Bill Hill, it's a great name, sentenced to 4 years in prison for unlicensed money transmitting. Damn. by a money transmitter license is well needed. Months concept art. Okay. BlackRock and Grayscale Mini have bought $116 million worth of Bitcoin as of November 19th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, we have a new daily high. Yesterday carved its name into OMI history. The team didn't just keep their word, they smashed it. OMI DEVVE burn is live. We just set a new all-time high daily burn, 3,590,377 OMI have been burned, and a total of 142 million stacker OMI burns. Utility is here. The fire is lit. Stacker harder, burn brighter. This is what winning feels like. Also, somebody bought $120 million worth of Bitcoin last night. BlackRock just added 62 million in Bitcoin to its ETF. They're buying again. Got a picture from a lady friend. Jeffrey Epstein, who was charged by the Trump Justice Department in 2019, was a lifelong Democrat, donated $1,000. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't care about this. Perhaps the truth about these people, he calls Democrats, and their association with Jeffrey Epstein will soon be revealed, because I have just signed the bill to release the Epstein files. As everyone knows, I asked Speaker of the House Mike Johnson and Senate Majority Leader John Thune to pass this bill in the House and Senate, respectively. Because of this request, the votes were almost unanimously in favor of passage. At my direction, the Department of Justice has already turned over close to 50,000 pages of documents to Congress. Do not forget, the Biden administration did not turn over a single file or page related to Epstein, nor did they even speak about him. A lot of this is just impeachment hoaxes in Ukraine and stuff. Okay, listen, I don't care about the rest of that. All I care about is the Epstein files going to be released. I can't wait. Oh, Fanny. $500 million in USDC was just minted early this morning. Billionaire Ray Dalio says 1% of his portfolio is in Bitcoin. Good for him. Congressman Davidson has proposed a bill for paying federal taxes in Bitcoin for a strategic Bitcoin reserve. I'm for it. I'm not getting my crypto, but all for it for others. Nexus, an Ethereum DAT, sells 10,922 Ethereum for share buybacks with 40,000 Ethereum remaining. Interesting. The point is, this could be okay. Somebody bought a guy Zero Legacy bought his 10th gold and silver logo back, and he burned 386,000 OMI doing it. I'm not forgetting Litcraft. Okay, very good, very good. $1.3 trillion management company Morgan Stanley no longer expects the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates in December. That is why we had a bit of a dip. Bitcoin Core's first public third-party audit finds no major vulnerabilities. Ethereum Treasury Company FG Nexus sells 10. I just went over that. Bitcoin's realized volatility over 30, 60, 180, and 360 days have stabilized near 45 to 50% compared to its more explosive past that drove pronounced boom and bust cycles. Tops is a digital card app. Has officially launched NBA Collect by Tops, the new digital trading card app for the NBA and the NBPA that lets fans rip daily packs, trade globally, and compete in real-time contests for digital and physical prizes. Platform features weekly pack drops, XP ladders, missions, and community challenges that unlock exclusive rewards. This is brought to us by Collectibles Guru, who has 155,000 followers over on X. The reason Kraken is delisting Lunk USTC and Luna 2 is because the company is preparing to register on the stock exchange and launch an IPO. Therefore, cryptocurrencies with legal issues must be delisted to build a positive image for the company, not something that's hard to understand at all. Delisting of these coins by Kraken is likely related to preparing and enter the stock market and IPO indeed, because from the latest news, Kraken just filed a confidential IPO document with the SEC a few days ago after raising $800 million, making the valuation $20 billion. Why do people say 20,000 million? Nobody talks like that. Just put 20 billion. And plans to go public in the first quarter of 2026, especially the timing of the delist trading stops on December 12th, coincides with that period close. To the Do Kwon trial verdict on December 11th, 2025, which may be to avoid additional risks from regulators like the SEC. Obviously, do your own research. Reuters had brought that us as well. 25 million followers there. As of 11:44 a.m., $210 million were liquidated from the crypto market from that 60 minutes prior. Okay. Doris says, would love to see VeVe Viral on your channel sometime. That's a positive energy gentleman. I love that gentleman as well. He's a good man. And look at that. Look what I got there. It's you. I bought myself something special to celebrate the recent OMI progress on Stacker. It's a Secret Rare Spider-Man. That's dope. A billion USDT was minted and transferred to Bitfinex at 2 p.m. Standard Time today. A Superman 9.0 sold for $9.1 million hairs today. Jesus. Rumor. Few crypto major funds blew up during the October 10th flash crash that wiped out 19 billion. Are now being forced to sell Bitcoin and ETH to cover losses, which explains the relentless dumping. Also fits why alt Bitcoin pairs are holding up well. That is just a rumor. What is not a rumor is that $1 trillion was wiped out from the U.S. stock market today. 1.2 trillion, 120 billion wiped out from the crypto market today. Notional open interest in Bitcoin perps back at yearly highs. Happy birthday, Darcy Donovan. VeVe Meister says, did someone say OMI utility? I just magically swapped my favorite crypto to 1,000 gems. Sorry, Apple and Google, but not sorry. Burned a bunch of OMI in the process. New sheet needed. And finally purchased Harley Quinn 19, the Stephen Pugh Harley Quinn, with a discount. What a day to be remembered. My collectibles is at level 59. Good for him. And that looks like... Sadie Sink has been cast in Avengers Secret Wars. Who is she? Who is she? Who is she? I love her. And we are good to go. Everyone please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. And everyone say goodbye to Erica the cat. We love you. I have to pee. Bye-bye, everybody. Meow, 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 meow.